Let us begin with this the discussion that we left half an hour before, the how it has been created, the world has been created. So now, from the point of view of the Gyanis, that is that supreme, which is all pervading Brahman, as if it thought, let me be many, and started creating. And from the dualistic point, it is the Vishnu who thought that I should create, and he created an agent that is Brahma, not Brahman, Brahma, and they created. Intellectual cause and the material cause both are God. Now, if that is so, we are also God. Now the question comes whether the God is good or bad, because we see in the world there are two things. Good is also there, bad is also there. If it is God who has created, then where from the bad came? The God is all good. But the Hindus, they say, no, it is because of the quality, that is the Sattva, Raja, and Tama. All these three, it's coming from God, and the Tama quality is also present in God. And from there it has come, when it manifests more, the Tama, and that is all devilish thinking and actions. So that is also from God. It is not separate identity. Sometimes the other philosophies, they say it is some different, and they are a little bit confused about explaining where from the bad things came. This is very interesting. The God is good, everything good. Now the same God can be bad. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna gave the answer. He said, as a snake is having the poison in it, but that poison cannot do any harm to the snake itself. Snake is all right with the poison that it is carrying, but same poison when it is delivering to some other thing, that is terrible. So this is the way that though the God is having the poison, that is this ego, but ego cannot disturb the God. Now, question that we left, is it that the God created this world is a permanent separation from God, or it is just the imagination of God? Here the philosophers, they differ. A group of people like the dualist, and their dualist and monist, non-dualist, they separated. Shankaracharya said it is completely imagination. Otherwise, you cannot answer how these people are getting liberated. If we say that it is completely different from God, separated from God, there can never be that it will go back to God once again. The dualists say you can never become God. You can go near to God by doing good work, by the tapasya, you can go near to God, or maybe you can get the power of God. So sarupo, salukko, sayujjo, and different type of the words they use, that all these things you can have, but you can never become God. That is their point. Shankaracharya, the Advaitin, they say, you can merge with God because you are in reality God. And how that is possible? Because the creation is nothing but imagination. As you see the mirages, similarly, in the mirage we see all things, but that is not true. When a person is seeing the mirage, it sees the water, it sees the camels, it sees the trees, it sees the tents, it sees the people, it sees everything. And so many varieties, and when it goes near it, it sees nothing. And if that is possible, and similarly, when you see a dream, in that dream again, you are seeing so many things. But when the dream breaks, you find, oh, it is a dream only. So this world is not the permanent transformation, is imaginary transformation. So they uses two words. Adhyaropa Apovada. Adhyaropa means when you are superimposing something on other things, like the Vedantin, they have become very happy to give this example. There is a rope, and rope became snake. So they have all the time, all Vedantin, they will giving this. The rope means we imagine that rope as a snake. Why? Because that was within our mind. We imagine that, and it goes to on that. We superimpose. It was a mere rope only. But we started thinking it is a snake. And not only that, we are afraid of it. And we shout for the help. When the people come with the torches, we come with the light, then we see, oh no, it is a rope only. So Adhyaropa and Apovada, these two terms they use. So similarly, it was only Brahman, that consciousness, on that you imagine the whole world. Very difficult to even to think about it. So I am imagining, yes, you are imagining the whole world, and everything that is happening is just like the dream. Now, as an example, we can say that when the little children, particularly the girls, they play with the dolls, I have noticed that they are talking with the dolls. And when they're playing, they feel the doll is also crying. And the little girl will say, Mother, she is hungry. We need some food. The mother will give something. And then that little girl will feed the doll and then say that, oh, no, you have to go to sleep. I have some other work. She'll be all imagining the mother, whatever the mother is doing, and the mother will laugh and looking at that. But that little girl is actually seeing the doll and actually hearing the doll crying and talking and behaving whatever he was imagining the same way. Now, the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, you people are also behaving like that. Why? From that standpoint, when the Sri Ramakrishna's point, when he looks at us, we are crying for our family. We are thinking for our family, our position, our wealth, our property. And Sri Ramakrishna is laughing. Look at this, the children. So it is experience. So we cannot completely deny the Shankara's view. So Shankara is saying that this world is nothing but your imagination. In reality, it is nothing is there. At this moment, we say, how can that be? But in reality, it is true because we are imagining, and that is and nothing else. The dualist will say, no, it is not like that. And how it binds, this is the point it comes. The second, the C, the question, how this world binds us. Our main topic is Khandana Bhava Bandhana. What is the Khandana? We have to break. What? The Bandhana. What is the Bandhana? This is the Bandhana. Ignorance. Ajnana. So they say, who is a guru? Who removes our ignorance? Ajnana timirandasya. How? Jnananjana shalakaya. With the knowledge, when he is removing our ignorance. And what is that knowledge? This world, in reality, it is not there. It is your imagination. So don't feel sorry for this. Whether people are clapping or not, appreciating or not, it doesn't matter at all. It's so temporary. Sometimes when you look back and think about our younger days in the school, they used to ask us in the participation for the sports. You have to run from the 100-meter run and all that. And when one or two will be able to be successful, fast and second, the others, their parents used to say, why can't you run faster? And as if the world has broken as because he couldn't reach over there. Where all those things are gone? There's some of the things that they got, and they will be proudly keep that in the almirah, and they'll be showing to the other people, my son has become fast in running, and these and that, the sports. Where have it has gone? Nothing now. We never care about that. In the classes also, the class grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, mother and father constantly, we have to become fast in the class, you have to become fast. So many hundreds and thousands of fast boys, fast girls, where are they? So when we look back and see that I am all right, all true. Though I was not fast in my class, but it was all right. And now sometimes some people taking it so much, they commit suicide just because they are not very successful. Then when we are as matured people, what we think, oh my God, why she had to or he had to commit suicide for this? Because our experience after reaching to this age, we know that was actually nothing. The something better was waiting for that particular soul, but he or she was not having the patience to reach up to that. And he thought, this is the only life. Oh, I couldn't. What is this? So that is called Maya. The Maya means we think that this is very, very important and this is the only original thing. And that is called Maya. So how it binds? We think that it is original. This world is original. As we were mentioning about the history, if we go through the history, so many ones after another, people after people, kings after king, they came and all went. So we have to wait and watch. That's the call. Wait and watch. The patience, patience, patience. I always give the example of the Red Fort in Delhi. There's a great fort, that. And the Marathas, they came to capture that. Hundreds of them, they died over there. They could not enter. It is a formidable. They're very strong. Then the heroes from the Rajasthan, they came. They also laid their life, hundreds of them. They could not enter. And now you go and purchase a ticket and enter into it. And they are all grateful though that you are entering. If the tourists are not there, then how they will maintain? So they're welcoming the tourist. One time, it was such a place, the people used to wonder how. I went to China and they call it, the tourist attraction. So this is called formidable or forbidden city. And people are interested to go to the forbidden city. What is there in the forbidden city? Nothing is there. Only some of the rooms here and there, the kings used to stay, and that much. As because the kings were there, ordinary people were not allowed to go over there, forbidden. You are not supposed to go. And now you go and you see how a king used to sleep, very ordinary thing. So and now we are living much better way than those kings. And forbidden city. That is the teaching of the history. It is not that we have to memorize the list of the father and the mother of the king. It is we have to learn that it is all temporary, temporary, temporary. There's so much. So why now we should be so serious? Because that we are learning from that. It is temporary. Anything may happen anytime. So why unnecessarily we are so much giving importance to this? It's not necessary. So how we are bound? Desire. And how the desire comes? When we think this world as permanent. And when we are accepting it as permanent and holding it, then ultimately we are bound. How? Not physically, mentally. Physically, we are not bound. Mentally, we are bound. That desire brings us back even after death. Why? It is not the body. It's only the thought, the mind. The Hindus and the Buddhists, they believe karma phala. The karma phala, now this terminology has been used in the English dictionary also. The karma phala. And sometimes in the English movies, they say karma phala. So now they have understood the karma phala. This karma phala is what you are thinking, that is the karma. Physically, what you are doing, that is only the action, the external part of the karma, but it begins with the thought. So you have to purify your mind. That's why Bhagavan Shankaracharya is mentioning, you have to purify your mind. Purification of the mind, that is essential to develop the spiritual life. If you're going on listening the wonderful talk, it's a kind of entertainment, but it is not enlightenment. Enlightenment is completely different. Enlightenment comes when you hear one or two words and that goes down into your mind and you take it seriously and practice that and start fighting against your nature and then control your mind. That is called enlightenment. You have to be the master of your own mind. That is called enlightenment. Swami Vivekananda said, so what is religion? You have to fight against the nature, external and internal. Each soul is potentially divine. That is true. Because why it is potentially divine? Because our creator and we are same. So he is divine. I am also divine. But why I cannot understand that? Why so many times we are practicing, listening, reading, only we are not very completely 100% convinced. That is the reason. Again and again skipping. When you become convinced that this is the only way I can survive myself, then I will plunge into it. I will never take rest unless and until I'm successful in that. If someone is swimming, he cannot stop swimming until he reaches the shore. He knows the moment I will stop my swimming, I will die. Now, similarly, if we really understand that this world is binding me and I have to break that bondage, I cannot stop practicing meditation, practicing spirituality, because that is the way I can go beyond Maya. And what is that water that I am drowning? That is Maya. And what is that Maya? Nothing is there, but still I am thinking it is there. So someone came and told, oh, sir, you are so good. I feel good. Oh, that is wonderful. You made my day, they say. What is there? Someone came and only said, only one or two. Someone said, oh, I never met a bad person like you. You are such a nasty type of person. Immediately, I broke my mind. And why it happened like that? Because why it happened like that? Because I thought, oh, that word is reaching to my mind. And immediately I started thinking that why he should say like this, I'm a good person, why like this, why that? So this is the way always we think. Now, what is spirituality? Understanding this process and thinking in a proper, nice way. These people, they are talking, but I am not going to be influenced by them. This is the first thing. And same way, seeing. When I see something good or bad, it doesn't matter to me. I am not going to be influenced by that. And same the smell, same the touch, same the taste. I am not attached by that. I am not getting influenced by that. You are free. So how I can free myself? By this way. There are 5 objects and there are 5 organs. What are the objects? It is the form, it is the taste, it is the sound, it is the touch, and also the smell. These are the objects. And how I enjoy? Through the eye, through the tongue, through the ear, through the skin, and through the nose. So these five, they get attached to those five and bring the information and make the impression on the mind. Now, I am declaring a war against this. And to get the success in the war, the first thing, you have to cut the supply line. As they always say, the supply should not come. If the continuous supply is there, the war will continue. You have to cut the supply line. How can you cut the supply line? You have to close your eyes. That's why the meditation. Today morning, when I was sitting in that room, and the little small shrine is there, just like this, the other building, there was not a single sound. And no vehicles were there in the street. Outside, there was no, and quiet and quiet. Only, there cannot be completely quiet. A little bit of sound always there. I don't know where from it comes. But that sound, if you are thinking in the mind and slowly quietening down, you are free from other thoughts. So what happens? Then the Vedantin, they analyze. I go to bed to sleep. When I am going to bed, my body, my mind, and my consciousness, all three are active. When I go to sleep, my body becomes inactive. I forget about my body. The first thing I have to forget my body. Then the mind is imagining something and I see the dream. Each and everyone seeing the dream. So we go on seeing the dreams. And then ultimately, when I overcome that, I can control the dream, I go into deep sleep. I forget the body, I forget the mind, but I remain. The Vedantic process is this. What is meditation? First, you are sitting. We go and sleep. We lie down. And then I come and sit in the meditation. You see the same thing. When we are lying on the bed, we are forgetting first the body. And we go into the realm of the mind. And the mind, we see the dream. And the meditation, I sit. First thing, I have to forget the body. Oh, I'm scratching here, then little pain over here. No, you have to completely forget the body. And then what happens? You go inside the realm of the mind. There you imagine, you dream, knowingly, consciously, that in the heart, your God or goddess, your Ishta Devata or Devi is sitting. You're putting the mind on that, forgetting the body. Third, you are merging with that. As you go into deep sleep, you forget your mind also. Same way in meditation. Every day after the sleep, we come back. Oh, I had a wonderful sleep without dreaming. I had a wonderful rest. So this is one kind. But when in meditation we come back with knowledge. From the sleep I come back, touching the same base level, but I come back ignorant as I was. But when from meditation I come back with knowledge. So this is the difference, sleep and meditation. So knowingly you are going back, forgetting your body, forgetting your mind, and going to the consciousness. And then when we come back, we feel joy. So that is the Maya, you cannot explain, but you can feel. As Shankaracharya is mentioning, Karjanumeya, Anirvachaniya, like this the word. You cannot explain, or Nirbachaniya. Bachana means the expression through the word. It is impossible to express through the word. What is Maya? No one can express. But at the same time, Karja Anumeya. Through the karya, through the effect, you can imagine. I do not know whether there is a ear or not. I cannot see the ear. I'm sitting inside the room. But when I see those branches of the tree is moving, I can imagine Karja Anumiya. What is the Karja? These branches are moving. That means the air is flowing. And all the leaves, they're flowing to that side. That means from left to right, whatever, from the back to the front, is flowing like this. I can all understand by imagining the action. Similarly, in my mind also, I imagine and I can understand that. Previously, I was thinking that person is an enemy to me. Then I got introduced with that person. Slowly, we developed friendship. We became very close friends to each other. See, that I was thinking he's an enemy. Then afterwards, it has been proved, no, he's a good friend. Very helping attitude. So by that way, Karya, and that way we can understand. Similarly, the Maya is also. My great-grandfather, he was also thinking in this way. He thought that lot of property is necessary and the good building and this, that. Next, my father and next, my me. Everybody thinking that this is the way we'll get the joy, happiness. But actually, none of us are getting the joy. None of us are getting the happiness. A lot of tensions are always there. We are only imagining happiness into that tension. We're imagining that. But the moment we can understand, then we are free from that. And that is called sannyasa. Sannyasa means giving up. What is giving up? Attachment. Otherwise, we are eating, we are leaving, we are having the clothes, everything as all other people are having. But they have the great attachment and we don't have that much. And if a sannyasi is having attachment, he is not a sannyasi, he is a grihi. He is a householder. You will notice that householders' characteristics only grabbing. I should have, I should have, I should have. My God, they fight with each other, even with the God. They don't know what is God, but my God and your God. So let us have a good fight. That way, the grabbing. And sannyasa means nyasa. Nyasa means giving up. We don't need anything. The moment you don't need anything, so obviously, when you are not expecting, you are not wanting, and you are not accepting, what happens? You are completely free from that attachment. And the moment you are free from the attachment, you get wonderful peace and happiness and joy. This is a secret. So 5 organs, 5 objects, we have to stop that. How? We have to understand that this is actually binding me. And this bondage making me the sad. If I was not having the bondage, there's no problem. The one gentleman, he was supposed to attend a nice program. He said, no, I cannot come because my cat has become sick. I have to take the cat to the hospital. Good, but what attachment for cat? For that, he couldn't come to a spiritual, responsibility had it been, see okay, that you can explain in that way, but that is also the tremendous attachment because after that 2 days, the cat died over there, and he couldn't talk. He couldn't, so that is, he couldn't talk. So that responsibility, but at the same time, this much. So he stopped coming and doing, so this is the way the people, they get attached. If we are just free, see, I came out of my family, but not that my parents or the family people, they all died or suffered. No, they were all happy. Even if I am not there, things will be taken care. When I think it is me only, I have to take care, again, is a Maya. I have to take care. If I am not there, before you, this world was there. Cat was there, dog was there, everything was there. After you, there will be cat, there will be dog, there will be world. But in between, I am thinking, if I am not there, then what is going to happen to them? So that is called Maya. Now we will go to the third thing, how to break the bondage. This is very important. The first and foremost, from the Vedantic point of view, they say Shubhecha. Then they have 7 steps. I will take only 2, the first 2. Shubhecha, Shubha Icha. Icha means desire. Icha means the promises. And now, every year, the 1st January, when we were children, the teachers used to ask us that you must write on your notebook what the promise, some of the promises that you are going to fulfill in the new year. The first, I am going to put all my mind and soul to study. I am going to do this, I am going to do that, all these promises. So when you remind yourself, what are the promises? Reminding. So, okay, I like to do that. Shubhecha. Now, after attending a spiritual discourse, what happened to the mind? Do I truly feel that I should try to achieve those as the Swami was talking or the gentleman was talking? If not, that either the exponent was not capable to rise that question or the desire in your mind, or you are not qualified to listen to that talk and take the benefit of that talk, of the class. So both ways. In the classroom, either the teacher is not qualified to make the students interested for the subject, or the student himself or herself is not capable to understand anything of that. So that is. The first thing is Shubhecha. Shubha Icha. Shubha means holy. Icha means desire, holy desire. Desire is bad, but holy desire is good. What is the holy desire? I like to be free. I have understood the bondage. I have understood the folly. I have understood the temporariness of this world. Now I like to get free. How? If I'm a householder, I have some commitments. I must meet up those commitments, fulfill those commitments. Then I should go away. And that is why in the Hindu society, they made the 4 divisions: Brahmacharya, Garhastha, Banaprastha, Sannyas. The sannyas that you see nowadays, and we take nowadays, it is almost after Shankaracharya. And little maybe before Shankara, that much. Maybe before that, the Buddha and all that. But the Shankaracharya, he said, when you are young even, if you feel like giving up, you can. He gave that. But otherwise, the Hindu society, even today you will find, in the north and in the south also, they always practice. First is the brahmacharya. The mind should be concentrated to learn. Then whatever you have learned, you should give back to the society. And again, against your services, you should earn some money to satisfy your all dreams or desires. Garhastha. Then after the retirement, you are serving the society without any remuneration. That means you are giving back. By that time, you have earned sufficiently to support yourself. And now the knowledge, and the knowledge with experience, matured knowledge, you are giving back to the society to develop the society. And society, not the family. All these years as a householder, you were looking after the family. After the retirement, no more family. Now it is society. And then after the society, when you are understanding that, no, it is, well, now I'm ready, you take sannyasas. What is that sannyasa? Giving up all desires and attachment with the society and also from the family. That is called sannyasa. Samyak nyasa. Samyak means completely. Nyasa means giving up. So that was the 4 steps. Brahmacharya, Garastha, Banaprastha and sannyasa. In Banaprastha, they are preparing themselves for the sannyasa. And they are detaching themselves. They used to get a lot of respect. But now, as because oh no, I have to be attached with my grandchildren, they come and give the advices. Then now the sister, daughter-in-law is not liking that. A lot of complication and suffering for both. So that is actually happening just because we are not following the steps of the society that was given by our rishis. And there is another, right from the studentship, brahmacharya, directly to sannyasa. There's some people, they don't enter into the other families. But anyway, first thing, Shubhecha. And Swami Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said sadhu sangha. The same Shubhecha, how the ichha will come, the desire will come to give up, because you have to learn from someone. And that is called sadhu. Sadhu means holy. Shanga means company. That is why this asrama, that is why the Swamis, I was saying that every month 2 Swamis are coming and giving the experiencing their, sharing their experiences with you. So that is called sadhu sangha. And different type of minds, different type of capacities, listening to that, they accept that, and they continue. That is called the sadhu sangha. That means the holy company. And there you take the decision, I'm going to be free. And I'm going to be calm and composed. And that is the strong will is necessary. Otherwise, it is impossible. Next called Bicharana. Shubhecha, Bicharana. And then Tanu Manasa, these 3. What is the Bicharana? Bicharana means Bichara, analysis. Well, these are the things that I'm having right this moment. And suppose I do like this, what is going to happen afterwards? Like that, you are having the discrimination, having the analysis. And if you analyze in that way, in every life it happens. Because we are not alone. Those who are completely alone in the, suppose in the Himalaya, if you go, one monk is living in a cave all alone. Oh, this is okay for him. But we are living in the society. The people are coming, you have to talk to them, and they are understanding you in a different way. Some people are appreciating, some people are not. Sometimes you are good to convince people and sometimes you are not. So all those things happen all around. So naturally the influences are coming, going back, and it giving the influences on the mind also. And in the modern society, even if you are alone, the TVs and the news medias, they are influencing you. This is happening, that is happening. And when you see the news, oh my God, these people are doing like that, why they should do, that is also. So all this goes on. So Bicharana, that is called Bichara, as Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, the analysis, can I truly do this or not? If I cannot, why should I unnecessarily think about it? The spiritual person, suppose something is going on, then one Swami Bharadanandaji was there. I heard about him. One devotee was telling that he was not happy with what was happening in the ashrama. It always happened. Then he told Bharadanandaji, why this person is doing like this? He should not, he should not. Then after that, the Swami Bharadanandaji, he said, am I in charge of this ashram? No. Are you in charge of this ashram? No. Then why you were discussing this? Because this is the in charge, the person who has been given the opportunity to do, he is doing. If you are not happy, think whether you will come and you are unnecessarily, why we are discussing, and it is of no use. We cannot do that. So this is the way, if you bichara, I cannot solve the problem of Donald Trump. So why unnecessarily I am loading in my head and then discussing with others, and he is also not supporting me. We had an why? Completely, it is his business. Why unnecessarily we are overburdening my head? So that is called bicharana. This word is temporary. I understood that. How? Because I saw my grandfather, he tried to do this, but ultimately he has to pass away. My father, same thing. Again, same thing is coming to me. My son, same thing. We are actually going on repeating the same thing again and again and again, and we think the new thing we're doing. We are not doing the new thing. We are only going on repeating. So enough is enough. I don't want to repeat it. I'm stand aside. So that is called the bichara. Then tanu manusha. Tanu manusha means tanu, this is the body, and manasa, mind. The mind's body. The mind is full with so much of thought. It's heavy, it's flabby. So we have to reduce the thought, and slowly, slowly, the mind will be lean and thin. That is called tanu manasa. Only one thought will be there. That is a very good mental health, spiritual mental health. What is that? God. If the thought of God is only remaining in the mind and no other thoughts, you are a very healthy mind. Tanu manasa. Your tanu, the body of the mind, manasa, is very healthy when you are having only one thought. Or otherwise, so many other thoughts are there, and you are becoming heavy, and that is not good for your health. So you have to reduce your weight physically. Similarly, you have to reduce your weight mentally, and you have to come to only one. Morning you are getting up, God. And whole day you are working for God. And night you are going to sleep with God. So only one thought. That's called tanu manasa. That is purification of the mind. When the mind becomes completely pure, how it becomes pure? By thinking of God. How it becomes impure? By thinking of the world. That much. The moment you think of the world, it is impure. And the impurity will never give you happiness, but purity will give you happiness. So how I will know that my mind is becoming happy? I'm becoming pure because I will have wonderful happiness without depending on anything. We become happy when we find a friend, when we find that my desires are fulfilled, when we find all my plannings are coming up perfectly, we find happiness, but that is temporary. Again, some other things will come up. But when a permanent happiness is always there, joy is always there, and you should know that you have become pure. That is called purity of mind. Lord Jesus said, blessed are those who are pure in heart. Why? But they shall see God. The purity of heart and God are the same thing. You need not to I have become pure now, let me go and see God. Nothing like that. It is already there. You are God. Only thing, on your mind, there were so many layers of thought waves were there of the worldly thoughts. Name, fame, comfort. Then when all those things have gone, then you see, oh, this is the God. And what is God? Love and unselfishness. You feel love for everyone. You pray for everyone. And that is why the excellent prayer that the Hindus, they taught in the Vedic age, almost 10,000 years before, they said, Sarva staratu durgani, sarvo bhadrani pashyatu, sarva sadbuddhim apnotu, sarva sarvatra nandatu. Let everyone be happy. Not only me, let everyone be happy. The worldly person will say, let me be happy, not everyone. If everyone is happy, then what is the fun? I only should be happy and others should be jealous. There was an advertisement in the TV. Is it Onida? If you purchase the Onida TV, your neighbors will be jealous. Then afterwards, the complaint went, why they are giving this advertisement? Then afterwards, it was removed. Then you are purchasing the TV not to enjoy, but to make the other people envy and jealous like that. And it's such a good thing. So that is the worldly way. But I am happy when I see all others are happy. That is spirituality. So happiness is the ultimate. Then we conclude that what happens after breaking the bondage? All these practices, then ultimately, now 3 things are there that you all want. What? We don't like to die. We want eternity, eternal life. We like to know, and we like to be happy. And you cannot trade your all miseries exchanging that, oh, I will give you $1 million if you purchase all my the miseries. No one will be there too. No one will be purchasing your miseries. Your miseries are, so that way people, they like to be happy. So these are the 3 things only, where from it came. These 3 traits. See the Hindus, they say that God is eternal. Is it an imagination? No, it's a proof. Why? We like to be eternal. We don't like to die. So naturally the creator who has created me as having this particular trait. Otherwise, why it will come to me? If you make a sweet out of sugar, it is sweet because it is made of sugar. But if it is a bitter, that means the source out of which it has come is bitter. So obviously, I want to know, that means my creator is a source of knowledge. So this is the proof, very scientifically. I don't like to die. Why? Because my creator is eternal. I want to know because the source of knowledge is that from which I have been created. And finally, I want happiness because my creator is the source of bliss. And that's why the Vedantin, they say, Brahman is Sat Chit Ananda Sarupa. And not just imagination, it's a proof. And who is the proof? I am the proof. Sat means existence. Chit means knowledge. Ananda means bliss. So I want these 3. What will happen after my bondages are broken? I'll get these 3. I'll be eternal because I will merge with the eternity. I will know everything because I will become that supreme being who is knowledge itself. And I will have eternal happiness because I will be merging with the source of bliss. The Sat Chit Ananda Sarupa, that is called Brahman. If I can break the bondage of this world, tie of the world, I will go back to the source. This is from the point of view of the Vedantin, Advaita Vedantin. Dvaitin, they will say, Nitta Utsava Bhavet Tesham, Nitta Sri, Nitta Mangalam. Nitta means eternally, Utsava, celebration, Bhavet Tesham. There will be the celebration all the time in your mind. That means Ananda. That means joy. That means happiness. When the celebration is there, we all are excited. That it's having the celebration is joy. The people are singing and the dancing and the feast is going on, the puja is going on. That's called celebration. It is all source of joy. Nitta, regularly, every moment, Utsava, the celebration, Bhavat Tesham, Tesham, one who has broken the bondage, he gets that joy all the time. Nitya Sri, Sri means the culture. Nitya Mangalam, the all blessedness, Mangala, the purity. And these are there when a person can break the bondage. And when Arjuna was asking to Sri Krishna, what happened to those people who really realizes God? And Sri Krishna is giving in the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the last portion, it says, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan. Again, the Lord, I'll just conclude, reminding us with these words, pra means prakrishta rupena, perfectly, completely, jahati. Jahati means giving up. When completely we can give up what? Kaman, sarvan, all desires we can give up. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan. So all desire, all type of desires. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, if you have a desire, even to eat rasgulla, you have to come back again. You have to finish that, complete that, satisfy that. But there should not be any desire in the mind except realizing God. And he is giving the example that if a small thread is coming out, single thread, it cannot pass through the eye of the needle. So that is why you have to give up all desire. Prajahati yada kaman sarban. Partha, hey Arjuna, manogatan, from the mind, atmaneva atmana tushta, then he becomes contained with his own self. Thank you, friends. Khandana, bhava bandhana. So this is the khandana that happens. Then we become completely happy. Thank you very much. Now, if you have any question, we can have some 5-10 minutes. Then we'll say goodbye to each other. Do you have any question? The difference between sleep and meditation. So sleep, people get knowledge and enlightenment. So but you get rest. Yeah. Not only rest, you get a type of joy. When you go to sleep without any dream, you go to that Atman. When body is not there, because body is sleeping, mind is not there, but because you are not dreaming, that proves that body and mind is absent. Still you survive. Still you be there. And that proves the Atman. Without the body, without the mind, still you are there. That is the proof that there is something beyond the body and the mind. Still you are there. And you come back always. Without a dream, when you come back, you say, oh, I had a wonderful sleep. People never complain, oh, I suffered in the dreamless sleep. Nobody says. That means the Atman is the source of joy. That proves. The Vedanta means always step by step they will prove it. So when you come back from the dreamless sleep state, you are happy because you touch the base of happiness, but unknowingly. And that is the reason when you come back, you feel happy, but you do not know why. And you say, oh, I had a good rest. No, it is not rest. You actually went to the source of joy. Meditation, knowingly you are going to the source of joy. So when you are coming back, you are a learned person. You are a Mahapurusha. Anything else? Okay. So we can say Shanti 3 times and we conclude. The wonderful, that at least I'm satisfied. And I'm really very satisfied. And I always appreciate, of course, as we were discussing, everywhere there's the same thing. Unless and until you are a very popular speaker, the mostly people, they'll be listening afterwards in the YouTube or seeing but they don't like to physically come. Naturally, driving and parking, and the people like to avoid all those. So this is the main reason, but still people have a lot of interest. Those in person they are coming, they are indirectly helping the ashrama by their presence. Because those who are working for the ashrama, they get encouraged when the people are coming. You know why? Because it is not the ordinary people, it is the bhaktas, it is the devotees. And when the devotees come, they bring the God with them, the good wishes with them. In the Bhagavata, we find Sri Krishna is mentioning, if a true devotee who is constantly thinking of God, when he moves, I go at his back. So when a devotee is moving, God goes at his back. So that much is So when the devotees are coming to the ashrama, they come to see the God, to offer pranam to God, to mix with other devotees. And sometimes they'll be helping for the funding and all that, many ways. So that, and together 25, 30 people, same mentality, that makes that place happy and also pure. That is the main thing. But whenever I come over here, I feel that there are really sincere people, and that gives the joy. And when I see that really sincerity is there, and we also get encouraged that, well, we have to practice more to reach over there. Thank you very much. Let us say Shanti 3 times and we conclude. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.